He hasn't submitted a time to the league. Don't mind the hiccups on VenezPrince's stream for now. I'm sure he's doing fine and keeping up with the race, but we'll focus on Reabs. So Reabs starting out with Impact first. Most of the top runners will be doing this stage first, although it is easier to go to Tundra. Picking up that weapon means that not only are you getting some more useful uses of Tundra in this stage, but it also means you don't have to go for some of the scarier tricks in Tundra's level. It's a very technical and demanding game. This jump, and there are plenty more like it, is an example of just how frustrating the game can be. A lot of the windows that you're going for are very small in order to make jumps or execute kills. Coming up on the mini-boss, Reabs is going with a full charged red buster here to open. That was a use of the power gear, which in this Mega Man game, unlike the other ones, there's a couple of differences across the board, but one of the most prominent features of this game is that Mega Man has something called a speed gear and a power gear throughout the. That was a little scary. He didn't die though. Anyway, the speed gear alters gameplay by making it look like the world is slowing down around you. Mega Man is technically going so fast that it looks like everything's slow. And then the power gear will make it so that your regular buster shots are automatically rapid fired. Charging your shot gives you a double buster. The red shot will actually ignore iframe, so it's a very useful weapon. But because of the knockback, it's not used throughout levels all that much. So all the bosses also have a gear in them, either the power gear or the speed gear. And Reabs is going to try and deal damage in such a way that we don't see Impact Man use his power gear. Nice, and he didn't get the fastest kill, but he still got a pretty good kill. Having Impact Man transform will cost you about 20 seconds. And that gave Reabs the pile driver, Impact Man's signature. And that's the best weapon we get for movement. So there's a reason why top runners will go for Impact first. Looks like VenezPrince went Tundra first, and he'll eventually catch up to Rees, but we're gonna go by whatever time it shows for his run. Again, we're having some slight difficulties with his stream feed. Applesauce, please. So one of the big focuses now that we have the impact weapon for Reabs is that it is definitely our fastest way of moving around, but now we have to manage weapon ammo, and we also want to try and get as many extra weapon drops and throw them into the impact weapon. So Reabs sitting on full ammo right now means that he's going to want to try and use it so that he can, if he gets a drop, it'll refill his weapon tank and he won't be wasting that additional impact he could be doing. Reabs, unlike the other runners, actually does quite a lot of different things. In fact, he just went to the left, which wastes a little bit of time, but he grabbed 3 giant bolts. Reabs is going to go to the shop later and buy a bunch of weapon tanks. He's one of the few runners that does that. He also does a lot of different strats in stages, and he also does a different stage order once he beats the first 4 stages. Grabbing the red weapon tank there, that allows you to completely refill all your ammo. It takes a while to use, but the fact that it just completely refills your ammo is it's more than worth. The last room coming up at the end of Tundra is one of the scariest rooms in the game, especially for people who are doing Impact and then Tundra. This game can be very reset heavy because this jump right here is actually pretty difficult. Reaps did make it look really easy. Nice, and with a little bit of extra ammo, he'll just try and burn it in that last hallway. And now he's fighting Tundra Man. We don't have the weakness for Tundra Man, but once we kill him, we will start doing weakness sword. So with a double buster, and he wants to get only the red shot here. No flinching means he was successful, and then 2 more double busters. Oh no, the last shot actually didn't kill him. It's a very easy kill afterwards. Like it only costs 3 seconds to finish. But he would normally be able to finish the fight off on the right side. VenezPrince actually waiting a little bit, which is pretty smart. Any runner who is not comfortable with with doing the impact strats over there, which he doesn't have impact right now anyway, but waiting and timing your jumps is nothing. There's no shame in doing so. It's a minute lost if you die in those pits. Yeah, Decoy, the people who were grinding out Mega Man 11 really hammered it super hard, pushed the time down really, really fast. Especially with Twitch rivals, a lot of people took the game super seriously, really early on. Ooh, nice! Reeves just got a big weapon drop. So Torchman stage, getting back to the run here, this is one of the stages that I love to run, and it's actually really, really cool the way Reeves does it, because he actually plays essentially like a big gambler here. He got lucky, he got a big drop, but if he doesn't, he kind of starves himself for weapons. He's just hoping for more drops if he can get them. But getting 1 big drop is already more than enough. It should set him back on pace. Nice, and he got the quick kill on the turkey there. So that's not something you normally are capable of doing. When you use the Tundra weapon, there's a cooldown between how fast you can mash it. If you were to stand still, you wouldn't be able to fire it that quickly. But if you slide and then jump, you cancel the recovery. That gap jump is a little difficult to make, so I don't blame anyone who will use Power Tundra. It does cost a little bit of time to use Tundra to freeze the wall there and be safe, but it's less costly than dying, that's for sure. And when you die in this game, you don't get any of your weapon energy back, so you'll have to either find a way to do the stage without any weapon strats, or you're going to have to hope for drops. There's currently no human way to manipulate drops, but we do know which enemies drop what. So, for example, some enemies will only drop small weapon energy pickups, and we know which ones will drop big ones. And some enemies will drop roulette items, which can be ammo drops. A very good stage of Torchman from Reabs, and VenezPrince is in Impact now, and he has Power Tundra. He has access to Tundra, so he can use that throughout the. Meanwhile, Reabs fighting Torchman. Torchman is not a very difficult fight. He's actually going for the slightly trickier kill. Essentially, you can kill Torchman really easily with 4 uses of Power Tundra, but later on, we're not going to have the ability to do that, and he actually sticks with the later kill that we see in Boss Rush. So after getting Pile Driver from Impact Man, we kind of just, stick to Pile Driver and use Tundra sparingly. But now that we have Torch, we're going to see a lot of swaps back and forth between the two, because none of Mega Man's weapons in this game are useless. They all have a use, they're all very powerful, and the Power Gear specifically makes even more utility possible. Power Gear specifically affects Torch by splitting it into 3 shots instead of 1, and it also gives it a couple different angles. So we get a nice, very low-angled, almost toward the ground shot, which we can use to blow up some of these exploding crates. Again, Reabs is going to be hoping for some drops, but he's also going to be using a couple of extra weapon tanks throughout most of his levels. It smooths out a lot of the RNG. Instead of having to hope for drops, he basically can guarantee being able to use a lot of impact ammo throughout the level. Again, using power torch so that he gets through that lower block a little bit quicker. Oh no, he was a little too low there. He bonked into the wall. Bonking is pretty time consuming. With no drops there. VenezPrince on impact. Hopefully we'll see him not getting a transformation. One of the unfortunate things about getting hit while charging the double buster is that you'll lose your charge. Unlike the blue buster, you can hold the blue buster even through. He just needs to get one more double shot. Oh, it was so close. So yeah, we're gonna see. This costs about 20 seconds to have to watch Impact Man doing all this. Now Reabs is doing Blast Man. This is one of the more technical kills in the run. He's going to be opening up with Power Tundra to immediately deal damage, slide to the middle, use the double buster, and then he'll go back, go over to Rush, double buster in the air, middle again, and another double buster. Oh, but he didn't do it properly, so Blastman had a little bit of extra health left, but you have extra torch ammo that you can just finish the job. And VenezPrince does manage to get through Impact. So now he's heading over to Torch. This will be VenezPrince's 3rd stage. Reabs is on his 4th stage. And there's about, I would say, a 3.5 minute difference right now between their timers. Which is about a level's worth. So now this is where I'm going to be slightly less used to what Reabs is doing. Reabs is actually going to bounce, where I would normally, and a lot of the other top runners would normally be going to block here. This means that Reabs is not going to have the use of block dropper throughout this stage. He's going to be doing some slightly alternative strats compared to what I'm used to seeing throughout the... You can see that this is a very vertical stage, and after completing 4 levels, he has access to Rush Jet. Rush Jet shares a meter with Rush Coil. Rush Coil takes 4 bars of energy, whereas Rush Jet only takes 2 to land on. So it'll give you the same effective height, and it's a little faster to execute than waiting for Rush Coil to bounce. And it's also useful for, well, you can place Rush Coil on some of these balloons, but essentially, so long as you can jump, you have access to Rush Jet. Nice, jumping over Eddie so that he can steal the ammo without bonking into him. Well, VenezPrince. Oh no! He took damage, and I feel like he had a sad pause moment. He died, and he went to the home menu real quick. I know that feeling. That's a strong feeling I've dealt with. It's a race, man. You can't quit now. Come on, VenezPrince, you got this. So again, he has less ammo now because he had to start back a little bit further. Oh man, is Reabs going to go for it? He did. Nice. He's gotten very good at that. That is a coil jet, which is that's actually not something that's easy to do at all. If you summon Rush and jump off of him, swap to another weapon. Uh-oh, he fell down a little bit. So you have to do a Rush Coil, summon a weapon as soon as you land on Rush, and then you can Rush Jet. Normally you can't Rush Coil and then Rush Jet because that'd be a little too broken, so the game developers made it so that you would miss Rush if you tried to do that. But if you swap your weapon, you can basically do it anyway. Bounce Man is not a particularly difficult fight. He just takes 2 power impacts and 1 double buster to kill, so it's a pretty standard. Not something a lot of runners will mess up once they get used to it. Again, it's really key that runners manage their weapon energy throughout the runs, knowing exactly how much is going to leave them with just enough to execute every. Another thing to mention about weapon energy is that so long as you have 1 bar, you can see right now VenezPrince only had 1 little bar, but whenever you use a Power Tundra, it's obviously way more energy than that. But so long as you have any energy at all, you can use the weapon, even at its full. So now Reabs heading over to Fuse, still has not done Blockman stage, but he does now have access to the rubber ball, and he went to the shop really quickly to pick up some extra W tanks. I only use 3 tanks in a regular run. Most runners will probably do that, and then he ends up using like 1 in every stage essentially. Again, this really cuts down on like the lacking weapon drops that can sometimes just happen. Ooh, he didn't quite get what he was looking for there. He wanted to destroy those shield enemies. They're called Tadapakans. He was hoping to kill it before he got to it. One of the nice things about this run in general is that you can basically, you'd like really never have to stop moving. Ooh, he definitely wanted to impact there before he used that. Maybe he was out of ammo. Nice, and he avoids the laser. Very good. That's a slightly tricky maneuver there. VenezPrince making his way through Blastman stage, destroying those top bricks so that he can also get that weapon. And in the moment it took me to say that, Reabs already destroyed the mini-boss, Dread Spark. There is a slight ammo limit, or a slight clutter limit, I guess, for the amount of a certain weapon that can be on screen. So, for example, you can only use bounce twice normally, or 1 power bounce. But if you do 2 regular bounces and then 1 power bounce, you can have basically 3 shots on the screen to destroy Dread. So now he's coming up on Fuse Man. And for this kill, Reabs is going to do a power bounce. It makes it move slightly faster. It beats the little shield that Fuse Man's going to put up. He's going to get to the middle, do a double buster, slow down time a little bit, another double buster, move to the left, and then 1 more double buster. Very good. That is a very tricky fight. A lot of these fights become like finger gymnastics. You have to know where you're going to be and what your next move is going to be. So VenezPrince coming up on Blastman. He might be doing the more traditional kill where you start with Power Gear and Double Buster up in his face. Okay, he's doing it on the ground. He unfortunately got a shot blocked, but he's using a little torch there to lower him down. He might be able to... Ooh, he's... Oh, nice! He got him before he activates Power Gear. And the Power Gear activation gives Blastman a little bit of invincibility, so it'll waste 3 seconds. But he did manage to prevent that from happening. Now Reabs is finally in Blockman stage. Again, a lot of the stages, especially with the strats he's using, are going to be extremely heavy on weapon. The mini boss. This is actually one of the really cool kills in this run. He's going to use a Power Tundra coil, or he's going to Rush Jet. Interesting. Then a Power Blast into another Power Tundra. It just completely destroys. And then these hazards here can actually be completely disintegrated with a chain blast. You only have to do 1 for it to go away. Yo, nice jump. That one's not too tricky, but jumping over those crunch downs in general is it's a little precise. Definitely nothing to sneeze at when someone does. Ooh, and he has a little bit of ammo here. Nice, he can get 2 power impacts. And then I assume he'll do the fight and then he'll refill. Yeah, there it is. And VenezPrince, following a more traditional route, is in block stage now, but he's a little bit behind in terms of the amount of stages completed compared to. In this section that Reabs is in, he's going to be doing an impact between each of these chain blasts so that he destroys the hazards. Looking very good so far. More rush jet jumps. Oh no, the additional unnecessary impact right into a wall. It's so easy to bleed time in this game. Alright, and now he's coming up on Blockman, and for this, oh no, you misspaced that power impact. So this kill is also one of the more difficult ones in the run, specifically because of how tight it is. It's pretty consistent, but it is a very tight. Going to be using Power Tundra to slap Blockman immediately. 2 Chain Blasts. Oh, did he only get 1? Oh, and he recognized that he only got 1, so he's actually altering his fight. Yeah, that's super unfortunate. You need 2 Chain Blasts to deal enough damage to Blockman so that you can kill him before this happens. But he's doing a nice little backup fight here. Okay, that should only have cost him like 16 seconds. VenezPrince making his way through the level. The room that VenezPrince is in right now, if you ever stop or stutter in it, if you do movement that you're not used to, it can be a really terrifying room because those blocks can just clip you if you're trying to be too. Now Reabs is in Acid Man stage. This is the last stage left for him essentially before he does the Wily stages. So this is where all the runners would meet up at this. You could do Fuse or Acid. They're interchangeable essentially. Because none of the strats require any of each other's weapons. Hoping for a drop, he didn't get anything. Nice power torch to clear out the spiders. Bounce ball, you would think is I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that it's not a weapon people like using because they think it's random, but it covers such a large spread. It's very good at clearing out enemies. This mini boss will die really quickly. Nice. That's a power block, and because you can't really do anything about the cooldown of power block, he just swaps over to bounce, fires a couple of those, and then power blocks again. Nice weapon tank, and then it'll just get to spam more power impact through this. Ooh, you got to be careful in these rooms. I've accidentally run into one of those. All right, VenezPrince up against Block. Let's see if he can get to. Hopefully, he can get the easier kill. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. You gotta. Oh no, he didn't. Maybe that was intentional. I don't know what kill VenezPrince goes for, but hopefully he'll be able to take out the giant golem form of Blockman without dying. This is actually a pretty scary fight if you don't know what. Meanwhile, Reabs is taking care of Acid Man. Acid Man's actually one of the easiest kills. Very consistent, very easy to take care of. Okay, successfully knocked Blockman out. Now Reabs is heading into Tower 1. And again, he has weapon tanks, and I guarantee you he's going to use a ton of impact in this. According to the timer, it looks like he might be on PB pace, which is pretty cool. I could certainly believe it. He hasn't really made any super grave mistakes. Yeah, this is on normal difficulty. This is not easy, or this isn't newcomer or casual. This is what normal looks like when you know. So VenezPrince at the beginning of Acid Man stage. Nice. Reabs is just barely hanging on to PB pace. Thanks, Josh. This stage is just so scary because, like, especially in this room, like, if you mess up at all, you could end up falling to your death. Oh my god. I would, yeah, I would conserve ammo at this point because he should have picked up one of those large drops. He didn't die somehow. Good god. And you have to use 6 impacts in this room. And he barely has any rush ammo left. Okay, that. He's gonna go the long way around. He just doesn't want to mess with it. I don't blame him. So now we've got Yellow Devil, and Yellow Devil is actually one of the really troubling fights in this game. If you screw it up at all, you're very likely to lose a ton. Yellow Devil's weakness is Chain Blast. Gotta do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And then you'll do one more 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll finish the fight with Power Blast. It's actually the 1, 2, 3, 4 does more damage than an instant Power Blast. So we fit in a couple of those just so we kill Yellow Devil in the right amount of hits. VenezPrince taking his time, jumping over these spike pits. Good stuff. Nice. VenezPrince is doing a very good job of playing safe, playing at least to his strengths. I haven't seen him really like dying a ton or making huge mistakes. And considering what his PV is, he's doing. Reabs is already blazing through tower Wily Fortress. And again, he's just constantly going to be switching between weapons, using them potentially way before he comes up to the hazard that the weapon. This room of Sniper Joes is one of the worst rooms in the game. Okay, VenezPrince manages to take out Acid Man. Good stuff. I don't think VenezPrince did fuse yet. But now he has Acid Barrier, and this is not a. Oh, he's got 2 more stages left. Okay. Acid Barrier is not a very useful weapon. It's got some uses later on that are very crucial, but throughout the run, it's not something you're going to see. Very good job on clearing out those crunch. Those are stomp. This climb can be a little scary. If you fall down, you're basically guaranteed to die. It's like not a very room. There's not a lot of room for error in that room. And it looks like Reabs has 3 impacts, which means he's going to be doing the faster Malvern fight. So Malvern coming up here, you normally only use 2 power impacts, but Reabs has a trickier fight that will use a power Tundra as well and kill Malvern like a second fast. And that's because when you use the power impact, the explosion from a power impact also ignores iframes, very much like the double buster shot. VenezPrince using Tundra. Tundra is not a weapon that you see a lot of use of, so it's something that's nice to see runners making use of just to make rooms easy. You definitely have the ammo to do it in quite a lot of stages. So now Reabs coming up on boss rush. Right. I was gonna say there was a little strange movement in that first section, but Reabs does the bosses in a slightly different order than I do, and probably slightly different than a lot of runners. Reabs just does a lot of things a little bit different. So let's see how Impact treats him this time. Okay. He started out by doing the Impact. Impact's attack patterns are actually very random. I'm not sure if he's going to go for... No, he's going to wait it out. There's a slightly faster kill you can do for Impact that requires you to essentially time your double buster shots just barely between his one attack. Otherwise, he'll transform. Currently, Reabs is... He's in top 10. His sum of best is actually a little bit slower than mine, but honestly, all the strats that he goes for are either on par or slightly faster in some cases. Like, what Reabs does is wacky. It's out of left field, in my opinion. But they're not bad strats. In fact, a lot of them are super interesting to me because they all still basically get all the same kills in the same amount of time. They do all the same tricks in every stage in the same amount of time. So VenezPrince unfortunately burned out his power gear while fighting Chun-Li. And Reabs is dealing with Blast, hopefully getting his vengeance on him. Looks like it's good, so charging up a full red buster. Majikayo. Let's see if Reabs can kill Fuse again nice and clean. He got the first time. VenezPrince making this climb here in Bounce Man. Looks good so far on Fuse Man. Double Buster, one more. Nice. Ooh, VenezPrince has a lot of impact ammo. Hopefully he'll be able to make use of it throughout the rest of the stage. You don't want to finish the stage with extra impact ammo. Nice. Reabs finishing off Tundra. Since boss rush, you actually have all your weapons at that point. You finally get to use Tundra Man's weakness, which is Fuse, and the kill is a little bit... Reabs fighting Torchman. Again, we're going to see him do the alternative kill. Doing a double buster in his face. He missed! And now he doesn't have any Tundra ammo, which means not only is he going to have to, wait out all of Torchman's power gear phase, but now he has to do Blastman without that. I hope he can remember this kill. This kill, again, is a startup with a slide, or you can run up, that's fine too. But it's Power Gear Double Buster into Torch. Coil, Double Buster. Oh, he's just kind of winging it, it looks like. Got the transformation, but he has plenty of Torch ammo. He should just be able to keep spamming Torch on the, Big Bang. Alright, and he finishes, he survives boss rush. While VenezPrince is in Fuse Man stage. So now for this last stage, we're going to see, oh, Reabs is doing some interesting impact strat. Make sure you catch this elevator platform. It's not too difficult, but you definitely don't want to screw it up because you'll just... So long as you catch the cycle at the end of this room, you're going to be waiting on the elevator platform just a little bit. He's fine. Yeah, he didn't lose any time. It's coming up on Wiley, so we're almost done with the run here for Reabs. Wiley is one of those trickier fights. You're actually going to see acid being used. When you power your acid, it actually deals a ton of contact damage. So weakening him a little bit, then jumping into the window using acid. One more time, jumping into the window. Time coming up here for Reabs. When he finishes with Wily, it's the last hit. Again, he's going to be using some damage boost and power acid to deal the majority of damage here. Oh man, he did a bounce. That was interesting to start. That's definitely not what you're supposed to do, or not what he meant, probably. Okay, should get one more hit. There it is, time. 35-17. Very good. So now we're switching over to VenezPrince for audio. GG's to Reabs. That's a very solid time. World record for this game is, I think it's a 33-31 by QTT, which is absolutely insane. It's a monster. VenezPrince having a little bit of difficulty in this last fuse room. Oh man, please don't. At least make it to the next room. Okay, definitely a smart idea using speed gear for a while. VenezPrince might actually die to fuse. I wouldn't blame him for it. Doing the quick kill without taking damage is certainly possible, but if you're not practiced in it, I'd like to see. I'm hoping for the best. Oh man, any hit will spell death for him. Using bounce as the weakness. Don't take damage, come on, you got this, man. Go, go, go! Yo, what a hero! All right, that finishes the 8 Robot Masters for VenezPrince. So he's stepping up to Wily. Looks like we're about to get Reabs in for an interview. Interesting strats from VenezPrince, using the Scramble Thunder to clear a bit of the path. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Moo.
How's it going, man?
Well, it's going pretty good. It was a solid. Sorry, I heard Prince had like technical difficulties. I didn't know.
That's fine. That's fine. He's still doing his run. His timer is still accurate. There was about a 3.5 minute delay between when he started and when you started, so I think he's gonna be fine. His stream is still clear. It's no longer dropping frame.
Gotcha.
Ooh, he got sniped in the back. Airstones are pretty mean. So you want to talk about your run? How do you feel about how you did?
I did pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I was feeling real good like the entire run. You know, block was bad, but other than that, like it was pretty solid.
Oh no, VenezPrince just picked up the big ammo with rush essentially instead of impact. Yeah, you did have a pretty solid run. I heard that you were actually basically on PV pace, even if only by a couple seconds up until tower.
I don't know about that. I mean, PV possible, maybe. I was like at block, I was like plus 14 or something.
Ooh, VenezPrince taking a little bit more damage here. He's kind of low on health for fighting Yellow Devil. I am extremely concerned about it. If he, I would not blame him for like suiciding and not using any of the blast ammo, because doing this fight without taking any damage at this point would be extremely. Okay, 3-4. Interesting. He's doing a. This is definitely not the fight I'm used to seeing, but it's definitely keeping him alive. Oh, but he can't take any more damage. Oh no! All right, so he definitely spent a ton of ammo doing that first attempt there. He should still be able to do a bunch of damage to Yellow Devil here, but and it's gonna be. This is honestly like I said before. This is one of the scariest fights to screw up in the entire game. Oh no! And he only got 3 chain bombs. That's not gonna deal the full amount of damage. Oh no! I believe in you, VenezPrince. The last time I was personally in a situation like this, I actually opted to restart the whole level rather than continue to fight him without my full. Okay, nice. He did manage to get the correct amount of chain blasts on him. But he's not really doing enough damage at this point. He's going to have to stick to double buster. He's going to have to time them well so he doesn't actually... Ooh, and he has to do more dodging from Yellow Devil's attacks. Chain Blast ammo is one of the few weapons when you use either the Power Gear version or a 4-set that will deal more than 1 damage to Yellow Devil. Yellow Devil is highly resistant to. Oh, he's almost dead. Nice! And VenezPrince gets to advance to Wily 2.
It's rough when you die against Yellow Devil, because it's kind of like every time it's just like it snowballs out of control when you lose the blast ammo.
Yeah, for that reason alone, I would consider shopping. Like if I happen to be in a race and I happen to have like shopping done for whatever reason, because I really don't want to go for shopping, but like man, having that weapon tank or an energy tank just to finish out the fight, that would save you at least 3 minutes rather than redoing the level or dying again. Yeah, definitely shout outs to the runners for putting up this fight here. Definitely drop them a follow. And thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting the viewing of this, giving us all this sweet tech to make it a little bit easier to manage. His health is a little low here, which is kind of scaring me. I hope he uses Power Tundra in this next room. Good, okay, because this room, it's really easy to get pushed into pits, and if you die here, you get sent right back to the beginning. Oh, you are terrifying me! That top right Sniper Joe is so good at just jumping up and denying your hopes and... Oh no, and he stepped on it like It's like the equivalent of stepping on a Lego.
Lego's hurt, man.
Yeah, the dang Roombas, man. Yeah, your weapon ammo is refilled between each stage, but not if you die. And Sniper Joe proving to be a jerk. Ooh, he got slapped on the way down. Nice, he does manage to get through Joe, and he jumps over to the crunch. Speed gaming is managed by a team of dedicated people behind the scenes who are actually in charge of all the different events and making sure that they're all aired properly. So there is speed gaming staff, and then there are people from each community who are called upon for commentary, and obviously the runners. All right, keep it up, VenezPrince. You got this, man. Ooh, nice. A little low on health here. Again, he has to deal with Mauvern, and Mauvern deals a ton of damage. Hopefully, he'll be able to... He doesn't have any backup items. Hopefully, he'll still be able to do this kill. Mauvern's not an impossible to dodge, but he's the kind of enemy that is tricky. He's got a huge hitbox that's constantly moving around. His weakness is bounce, which will basically immediately get him to open up his mouth. Oh, man. Don't get knocked off. Ah! He got crushed. On the bright side, bounce being Mauvern's weakness is actually one of the nicest fights to screw up because it's kind of impossible to run out of bounce ammo. Yo, I see you, Cyclone. Thank you for your help, by the way. And shout out to Kirito, specifically behind the scenes helping us with this match tonight. Alright. Keep it going. Ooh. Alright, one more hit will definitely kill him, so he wants to dodge the lasers! He is on his 0th life. If he dies right now, it's a game over. You get sent back to the... Okay, he did manage to hit him with, I think, at least the blue shot. He's kind of taking a lot of contact damage. Burnt out his power gear. He does manage to get to phase 2. He's going to have to dodge these... Oh, man! He still has 1 hit point left. Well, 1 hit worth left, anyway. Oh, God! And Mauvern spawned right on top of it. So Venez has 2 stages left to go. His PB, like I said before, 52-46. He still has a chance to PB. He's buying some backup items. Okay, I approve, especially because he doesn't have any lives. He has 600 bolts. Yeah, get those E-tanks, man. Get those weapons. That seemed like a really, really long load time on Tower 3 for... Beat Sigma. I'm just reading that now, Carter. Okay, so one double buster, one charge shot, some lemons. Get some lemons on him. And then two double busters. You got. Okay, unfortunately missed a shot. Yo, shout outs to the English voice actors. Ooh, he misses the first power impact and another one. Impact being Bounce's weakness basically immediately triggers this phase where he's split apart and bounce. Nice. And he does go for the health. One giant health pickup does drop between each. Unfortunately, no ammo pickups. That'd be nice. Good fight on Torch. For Michelle Volt, Michael Volt, I don't want to mispronounce her name there. VenezPrince is actually doing not too bad. He's had a couple deaths. He's still on pace. Good kill on Blast.
Trying to take my spotlight? I'm like a rose, frozen in ice.
Let's see if he'll make use of Scramble Thunder in this fight. And not losing too much time, just finishing the fight off after he activates speed.
I recognize that voltage. Assault and battery. Fuse change.
This fight's actually kind of a funny fight when you just resort to using bounce. You're just kind of dodging around and they'll eventually hit him.
Never thought you'd make it this far. He'll drop you like a ton of bricks. Hit the bricks.
VenezPrince's run is, well, if you would consider what is a good run, what is a bad run, most people should probably be aiming for like sub-hour, sub-50, you know, when they're first getting in. World record is 33-31, so it's one of those games that has like an extremely high skill ceiling. If you're really good at this game, like you just blow it out of the water. But it can take a while to be able to use all those strats that give you that edge. I would say anyone that can sub 40 is actually an extremely talented. It'll be difficult for him to PB, but it's still potentially possible. Oh, he forgot he has acid.
Time for an experiment. Acid now or never.
All right, VenezPrince only has the last stage left to go. See if he can make this early cycle. Very nice. Oh, Jesus, that scared me. Oh, it looks like VenezPrince has already finished his run. He's already speaking in chat, but right, we had a lot of initial delay on him. We'll see what time he gets then.
No mercy, Mega Man.
Yo, definitely do not feel bad, Venez. Like, this is not an easy game. Oh no, he didn't get a power gear off, which means it's not going to deal the contact damage that would deal the extra amount of damage. When you use Acid Barrier, you do gain an Acid Shot, which does deal a little bit of extra damage.
The time of reckoning has come. Power is all.
Unfortunately, he burned out his gear. He can still finish the job. It will just be a little difficult. He's just going to have to constantly chip away at white. One more hit, man. Come on. He's got to hit him like he can't hit the fist. He's got to hit the bottom. Yo, nice using the speed gear to snipe him out.
Give up, Wily. You leave me no choice. Time for Plan B. Spare me. I'm a helpless old man. Mercy, Mega Man. Enough. You can't fool me that easily. Drat. But don't act so cocky. I didn't lose to you. I lost to my own technology, my double gear. I'm the greatest. I'm a genius.
My, will you never
Trying to pull
learn
Venez
from
in
your
for an
mistakes?
interview. Yo, we finally got it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, hello there. GG, Reabs.
GG to you too.
Thank you.
Congrats on the PB.
Thank you. It's my third completed run since November.
So what was your PB? Because I looked at your splits before and I thought it was a 52-46. What was
It was a 56-46 2:40, I believe.
Oh, so you did PB by like almost 2 minutes. Not bad. Actually, more than.
Yeah, no, I was happy. Like the run was going really well during the beginning, and then Wily 1 happened, and then I got to learn more about the Yellow Devil today that I would have liked.
Yeah, it's real rough learning about Yellow Devil during a race.
Yeah, no, like normally I never had a problem, but I realized that I wasn't shooting at least one of the bombs high enough, so that's why it wasn't hitting him. And that was really upsetting because I died twice to the same mistake.
Yo, but live and learn, man. You definitely take what you can from this, go back and practice it. You're not out of the tournament yet, right?
That you are correct. I am not out. I will improve. Honestly, I thought my race was tomorrow, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna de-rust tonight and be ready for tomorrow. And then you arrived in my chat, Mumu, and I'm like, oh, what? 7 minutes? I have a race in 7 minutes? Oh, jeez. But it was fun regardless.
So it looks like your next opponent is going to be Mr. Cab, and Reabs is advancing to race Crazy 8 Boy.
Oh, that'll be a really good race to watch.
I haven't seen Crazy 8 Boy stream before, but he was the one who was really pushing newcomer mode a while back, right?
Yeah,
And-
so lately he's been busy, so he hasn't streamed as much.
He was also doing a lot of out of bounds stuff too, was
Hello?
It looks like that's going to be the last match for tonight on Speed Gaming. I'm trying to look ahead and see what else is going on. It looks like more Speed Gaming stuff tomorrow, round 2 in the afternoon.
Sounds good. Thank you for the race, Reeves. Fortunately, I
Yep,
wasn't
thank you.
as good as I could be. But it was fun regardless. I got a PB, and yeah, I'll be watching your upcoming races.
Awesome. Glad you had a good time. I did too.
And thank you, Mumu, and everyone on chat, on Twitch, and calling it a night, and hope you all had a good day or good night.
Yo, you definitely earned your rest. Remember, the speed run is the friends we made along the way.
Yes, I'll agree to that.
All right. Looking ahead, the next Mega Man any percent tournament match is going to be Chelney versus Square One. That's on Thursday at 8 p.m. if you're interested in seeing more. And then we also have Venoxus versus Carter Freak on Monday at 8. I think that'll wrap it up for me as well. Thank you guys for competing here, and thanks again to Speed Gaming for hosting.
Yep, really appreciate it. Thanks for commenting, Moo Moo.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. Good night, everyone.